Hi there, it's Vicki Ross, and today I'm going to work on the Lilies, Jack of the Puppets, Yellow Flowers. This is the size that I wanted. For this, I did the video the other day on composition, but this is actually the one that I did by myself, and I like this one better. For some reason, it just hits me better than. About the only difference is, well, there's a lot of difference. This one is straighter, and this one is taller, so I'm going with this one. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold this. This is the beauty of having your print be the same. Just going to make a little tick mark there. And a little tick mark here. So from there, I can move it over a little bit. From that point, I can measure to here and put a tick mark where the second flower starts. And it starts about right there, so I can put a tick mark there. Now this one is from the edge, so it ends about right here. I better print this because I'm going to make myself crazy. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about. If you fold it right on the furthest left or right point, which for me is right here, and you measure that point on your paper, which is right here, then you can take every other measurement from that corner and draw a plus sign and check and make sure your vertical is good too. So then my vertical here, I don't think I did it from the top. Yeah, that's it. And then I did the bottom, which is over here. Did the same for here. Just measure it with your pencil, and you're measuring from that spot. So there's my spot right here. And my upper spot, I measured roughly here. And then I measured down to here. I want my stems to be straight. So, let's draw. Makes everybody's heart stop. And I will tell you, like I always tell you, if I were in a drawing mode, you can bet that I would draw it. So I didn't mark my top. It's about right here. Get your eye on where you're going, which is well, there it is. Nope. Don't confuse yourself. So this comes over a little more. Let me see if I got that. Nope, it needs to be over here. I don't generally erase, I leave it, but in this particular case, I'm gonna. And there we are. Then we'll bring this down. And there's my bottom. Double check yourself. Pretty close. One of these days, after 50 years of work, I will be able to, listen for it now, draw like Charles Reed. Close and close. We measure this from here. Okay, measure this from here. So the only thing wrong right here is that it's not coming up. This is coming down. About like that. I'll use a kneaded eraser. Those have the least amount of damage, cause the least amount to the paper. And I'm going to bring those straight down. I'm manufacturing it as I go, okay? So here we got this. Comes up. And that comes down. And it goes about like that. About like that. And here are little puppies. Very graceful, hopefully. And then we've got this coming down to there. And there's a puppy right on cue. We're missing this one. Dude. Now then, that's better. Now this line comes down like that. Okay, so I will go let him out and I'll be right back. See if I can hold that up outside the lights a little bit too. Very hard to see. Okay, put that away. Put the pencil away. And get some good brushes. I'm going to choose a number 8 Art Express Kolinsky, the Charles Reed style. Might help if I got some paints out. I'm just going to use what was here beside me. It's the Rembrandt. Try to fix it where you can see both. Mixing in colors. Okay. That's pretty much dead on a cad yellow. Wet them down. And get the brush wet. Those of you who've worked with Kolinskys know that they take a little time to get wet. You can't just dip them in and take it right back out. The hairs are real and it takes them a while to get wet. I use these 100% cotton bird's eye, all natural baby diapers I got on Amazon. They're very absorbent. And I never go straight from the water to the palette. And I either shake the brush real good or I tap it on my towel. Here we go. You ready? Very slow and deliberate. My drawing's off right there, just a hair. And it's funny how that happens. But because it's a flower, I need to leave this white. So just wet your brush and lay it gently on the area that you want white. And I want this to be a little bit faded. I think I need to put something under my arm. And this comes on down here. And we've got some light right there. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of the lemon, my blue-green, and I'm going to carefully come in here and put these in. Watercolor is a dance, it's not a race. And you have to let the water do the work. And we have just a little bit of this right along the top edge. we've got a little bit to pick up. You want to do this pickup when the paper is not puddling. But it's still damp. And the yellow is so pale. And I have a little red left over. I'm going to add it right in here for the shadow. This is not getting light. And then I'm going to add it right up here. I'm trying to keep my bracelet from hitting. This is turning away from the light. And we have little tippy toppies there. And we have a little bit of red right in here. Put a little more yellow right here. Now, it's about time for me to get out of this. I still want to raise just a little bit. I may not be able to. The paper that I'm using is Fabriano Artistico, and this is the 6x9 sheet that Jerry's Artorama has in a pack for $3. You get 4 of them. So I buy them in 10 packs of 4. Now then, just a little bit of this orangey. I said I was going to get out of it. I'm going to bring it right down here. Alrighty. Go let the puppies out. I'll be right back. In. We still recording? Yes, we are. Alrighty. Well, that's a darker, just about like that, man. Can't get much closer than that. Leave your brush on the paper as long as you can. Now I need a little bit darker orange. Then I want to dull it, so I'm going to put just a tad blue. Well, it's still wet. help those edges feather. And put just a little bit of red. Always use the largest brush that is suitable for the task, just one that's almost too big. I'm just marching my way right on up the color wheel here. A little bit of alizarin crimson. Watch the wetness of your paper now. What happens is, if this is drier than this will push that out of the way until it can't move any further, and then it'll form a ring. Okay, let's see, that's almost a burnt sienna here, and you know that I like to mix my colors. Nope, it's cobalt. More this color. Cobalt and cad yellow. That's not right. What you meant to say was cad red. You can get there. And just a little more of this. And a little more red. You see, by mixing your own, you've kind of got a blend. I have dried my brush out all the way. Pulling these colors down. Now I'm going to dry my brush, pick up. This is just the lip where that turns and disappears. We'll soften it on the inside edge or the inside curve. I'm going to add a little bit of lemon yellow right up under here. Just make that glow a little bit. I'm going to tone down that yellow right in there, and I can tone it down just a little bit more. It's actually a little more greenish, so let's add a little bit. Just glaze it. If you want to pick some up, just come back in with a dryish brush. Okay, now we need the cobalt blue. And I'm going to use the orange to make a pretty green. And that nailed it just about. Yellowish green. Slow and deliberate. Now let's see, I do have kind of an Oliver, ooh, no. That might be close. My yellowish green. I was afraid it was too early, but we're good. And since we're there, that green really is a little bit more of this bluish. Just a little bit. And I'm going to take this lighter and I'm going to run it right down beside him. About like that. Very cool, very cool. And then this is green. I'm going to get back into my brownie red. And I'm just going to dance this. A little more red. Now some plain that is a soft edge there along that. And a little more red. Reds are very staining, or most reds are anyway. So if you want to get them to move, you better do it while they're still damp. Put a little bit of that darker right in here just to give it a little more contrast. Now that area will be white by when the background goes on. Turning back just a little. Alright. And down. Move that a little bit so you can see it better. Alright, I'm going to start with my cad yellow medium. And I'm going to bring that on down gracefully. And then I've got a little more stripe of it right there. And I've got this right here. And now let's go into the, need a little bit of that, a little bit of that. And while I've got that on my brush, I'm just going to use it right down in here. I'm going to add a little bit of red. Bring that on up. A little bit. can't talk a whole lot while I'm doing this. And this is, after all, the ZenZone. There are a million different ways you can approach this. You can approach it loose, like a Jean Haynes. Beautiful watercolor artist from England. Put it on, take it off. I think that's interesting how that spot came up. Might be something on the paper. So try mixing your own colors. It gives you a variety of tones, and there's nothing wrong with using, in this case I would be using a burnt sienna. And now I'm going to glaze that with just a little bit. It's not really glazing if it's not completely dry, but it's close enough for who it's for. Treat your Kolinskis with care. Don't overuse the point. It wasn't designed for that. Don't scrub with it. I wet the spot, then I want lightened, and then I'm coming back with a dry brush to pick up anything that I can pick up. Okay, now we need the stem. Alrighty, not too bad for an hour. Well, plus the 2 hours I spent the other day doing the composition. But I'm going to close it now, and I will see you next session.